Hey muñecas, welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my current favorite products of the month. Should we call it that? Yes, let's call it that. We're in July, so right now I think I'm showing you my June's favorites. Just my current favorite products. So I wanted to share with you guys some gems that I recently discovered, but I also wanted to reintroduce you to some products that I have for a very long time and that I just recently fell in love with them. Did you ever have that feeling that you're kind of like let go for a while and then you retry a product and you're like, wow, why did I ever stop using this product? So I had that type of situation recently with some of these products. The first product that I think deserves the #1 and the most attention in this video, it is this makeup sponge. This is by Sonya Kashuk. I recently purchased this, not that recently, I want to say like 2 months ago, and I really have been wanting to share because it's so good and so affordable. As soon as I tried it, I text my niece, my sister, I was like, you need to go and get it. And whenever I do that, trust and believe that I'm like really in love with the product. So this is it. This took the #1 spot for this month's favorite. This is the marble sponge, I believe it is, but as you can see, it has like the marble print. I loved it because it gets huge when you wet it. By the way, look at how humongous that is, and compared to a wet beauty blender, they are both wet, so you can see the difference between the two. So that's, you know, humongous. And what I like about it is that it's super smooth. It is the closest that I've ever found to the beauty blender. If you have ever tried the Real Technique sponges, you know that they're super soft. They're actually, I think, softer than these two, but that comes with the price. They break so easy and you end up having to replace them like a couple of weeks after, to be honest. If you're picky, you're gonna replace it after like 2 weeks of using it because it's gonna start cracking. So that is not going to happen with this sponge. This sponge is super soft. It blends just like the beauty blender. It's easy to clean and it does not break. I have it for about 2 months, and as you can see, look, it's brand new, sparkly new. It's super easy to clean. If you want to see a video on how I clean my sponges, my little trick, let me know. But honestly, this is like the easiest sponge that I have to clean. Hands down, the easiest. Again, it was less than $7, so definitely recommend it. The next product I'm going to show you is more of a splurge. I recently did a review on the new Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. And you guys know this palette is very cariñoso, how I like to call it, very expensive. And this is actually the cheapest that Natasha Denona has. It's $65, but look at that beauty. That palette is just so beautiful. Look at the tones. I love the texture. The shadows blend so easy. It's just like a dream palette. And wow, mine is super dirty. So that shows you that I've given it a lot of love. But honestly, if you apply these shadows in the morning and you have a 9-10 hour shift like I usually do, you're gonna get home and your eyeshadow is going to be intact. That's how amazing these shadows are. So yes, it is expensive, but it's a good splurge. So if you can afford, if you're looking to splurge on a really good eyeshadow palette that's wearable but also fun, this is it. Oh, and easy to use, by the way, because they're really blendable. I love it. I love the packaging. There's nothing that I dislike about this palette, honestly speaking, aside from the price. But then I can't even complain because it is the cheapest that she has ever created. So let me show you another inexpensive product, just so that we go like, you know, even. LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer in the tone Peach Corrector has been a current favorite. I use this to correct my under eyes. For those of you that are not new to the channel, you know that my under eye area is super dark, and I always have to correct prior to doing my whole face, because if I don't, you can tell the difference. You can see that my under eye area turns grayish. You can kind of see the darkness through. I mean, it peeks through regardless because they're that intense. but whenever I use a peach corrector, it makes a huge difference. For the longest, I have been using the Erase Paste by Benefit, and I recently completely ran out of it. I really love that one, but they no longer offer it. They have a new one, which is the brightening concealer, I believe. But for the price, guys, this is amazing. You're gonna find this for definitely less than $6, and it does an amazing job. I really like that I have this type of applicator here because it allows me to place it exactly where my darkness is so that I can just correct the under eyes. I don't want to highlight with it. I just want to correct it, color correct it, and the tone is perfection for me. They also have an orange one if you're darker than me. However, if you're my complexion or lighter, you don't need to go the orange route because, I mean, it works, don't get me wrong, but you're gonna have to work a lot harder to cover that up. So this is my favorite tone, and I love this one. All right, so the next product is this Makeup Forever Ultra HD Light Capturing Self-Setting Concealer. That is a mouthful. This concealer I purchased when it first launched, really. I was really intrigued because it said that it was self-setting. And I have dry skin, but I do have creases underneath my eyes. So I always have to set my concealer, otherwise it's gonna move, it's gonna crease, and you're gonna see my dark circles eventually. So I always have to set my concealer, but I was in the hopes of finding a concealer that was truly going to set itself, last all day, and cover my bad raccoon eyes. So that's why I purchased this. When I first got it, I was a bit disappointed because it was not as high coverage as I thought it would be. I love the tone. It's very light reflecting, like it says. It really does. It really brightens the under eye area. By the way, I'm using it in the tone 34. However, it didn't last me all day. You can get away with matte setting it. It does settle a little bit on my fine lines, but you can get away with matte setting it. But eventually it will move. So that's why I was a bit disappointed. I never did a review. I don't even think I ever showed it in front of the camera. However, I did fell in love with it eventually after carrying it for a very long time in my makeup bag inside my bag that I take to work every day, because I started using it as a touch-up concealer, and for that, I promise you, it's beautiful. This is the only concealer that I have found that even after you set your concealer, like your under eye area, and things start to go wrong, things start to go south, your mascara starts running, or your concealer starts moving, or you were outside and sweating and your concealer is no longer as flawless as it was, you can apply a little bit of this concealer and you just revamp your look all over again. Nobody's gonna be able to tell that you applied a concealer over a powder. This is the only concealer that I have ever been able to do that and not look cakey underneath my eyes. Whenever that happens, I typically try to remove a little bit of the product that I had underneath, like with a tissue paper or a wet sponge. Like I try to remove as much as possible, but then I go in with a small amount of this concealer, and by the way, the tone is perfection for me, and I just dab it with my fingers if I don't have a beauty blender around me, and it just refreshes the under eye area for me. So I really like it for that. I also really like it for my no makeup days, because you can get away with applying it underneath your eyes. It's going to cover, not like super full coverage, but it's going to give you very medium to like high medium coverage. And again, you don't have to set it. It will settle a little bit underneath the eyes, but you could just dab the area, you know, every so often, and you're going to look fresh. Like fresh meaning you don't have to put powder under it. So that is an option. I'm sure that if you don't have creases underneath your eyes, or if you have very dry skin, it's gonna work beautiful for you. But do keep in mind that it's not super long lasting and not super full coverage either. So did you ever want to try the Stila Magnificent Metal shadows, but you thought they were too expensive? Because that was totally me. I did eventually get them after a long time of hearing people bragging about them, but I ended up getting the smaller versions, like the travel size, because I think they had a sale for like $25 or 20 something dollars. You were able to get 4, so I think that was a pretty good deal for me to try them out. But the product that I'm going to show you next is going to give you a very similar experience at a very affordable price, and that is the Profusion Sparkling Eye Topper. The one that I'm going to show you is in the tone Dazzle. As you can see, it is a complete no shame dupe of the Stila Magnificent Metal. Like, this is a Stila one, the travel size, by the way, and this is the Profusion one. They definitely try to create a similar product because they know how popular these were, and they also know how expensive they were, and not everybody can afford them. So I'm going to show you here the one by Profusion. I did a swatch. On top, it's in the tone Dazzle. And then right underneath, I'm going to put a little bit of the Magnificent Metal by Stila in the tone Kitten Karma. So that is that right there. The top one, by the way, they're completely two different shades, but I just wanted to show you the results, you know, the formula. So this is the one by Profusion. This right here is the one by Stila. I love them both. I absolutely do. I love the one by Stila, but this gives you a pretty close experience for a quarter of the price, if not less. It is what I have on my eyes right here. So if you ever want to just take a look to another level, this is it. This is so cute. Like, it gives you a little bit of sheen without having to go through the trouble of applying glitter glue and then applying a glitter and having everything fall underneath your eyes and having to redo your makeup. Easy, simple, luxurious, and like on the go. It's something that you can do really super easy. I really like it, really recommend it. Again, this is in the tone Dazzle, and it is what I have on my eyes right now. And look how shiny that looks. So pretty. Really, really like it to amp up any look. Another favorite that I recently discovered, and it hasn't been a month yet, but I had to mention it, is this lip gloss by Dominique Cosmetics. It's in the tone Strawberry Lemonade. It came on my BoxyCharm for the month of June, and honestly, you guys, I am obsessed. I am obsessed. I did not think, it is what I have on my lips, by the way, I did not think I was gonna like it because it's pink, and I'm not a pink type of gal. But the reason why I fell in love is because even though it is pink, let me see if I can do a swatch. That's a swatch up there. Even though it is pink, it is super sheer, and you can honestly just throw it on top of any lipstick, and it's going to give you a beautiful shine to the lip. Your lips look super plump, super healthy, and the best part about it is that it's very comfortable, and it's not going to settle here on your inner lips like 95% of lip glosses do. So I really, really like this one. I wear it every single day at work, and I don't have to be uncomfortable and thinking that I have to look at myself in a mirror to make sure that I don't have that nasty thing here on my lips. So I'm really impressed, and I really want to try more products from Dominique Cosmetics. Another product that deserves a mention, and I don't think that I ever mentioned it on my channel, is this NYX Pigment Primer. It is super affordable. I believe it's $5.99. And it's so good. I've never been able to find anything like this at the drugstore. This is a base for you to use with any pigments, any glitter. I've used it with glitter. Any loose shadow, pigment loose shadow, pretty similar. Or any shadow that you feel is going to have a lot of fallout and you want to pack on your lid. This is perfect for that. And it's super cheap and very similar to the Too Faced Glitter Glue. So if you're looking for a good primer and that is inexpensive, this is a good one. And another bougie item is the roller liner by Benefit Cosmetics. This is amazing. It's what I use today for my wings. If you're looking for a good liner, easy to apply, easy to create a wing, something that's gonna last the entire day. It's not going to smudge on you, it's not going to move. Literally bulletproof. This is it. Super black, by the way, too. I really, really, really highly recommend this product. In my opinion, it's way better than the Kat Von D tattoo liner that everybody raves about. I tried that one in multiple tones, actually, and I don't know, I didn't see that wow about it. The last favorite is one that I have in my collection for a very long time, and again, I recently fell in love with it. It's this lipstick by Rimmel Londo, and it's the Kate collection. I don't remember if it was Kate Hudson. I don't know. It was a Kate. They have a collection with a Kate. I know that it says Kate right here. Part of that collection in the tone 14. This is the prettiest nude ever. It's one of my favorite tones of nudes. It's what I have on the lips right now, right underneath the lip gloss. And the reason why I fell in love with it again is because of the formula. Like, aside from the color being perfection, the formula, it's amazing. It's very creamy, but it doesn't move. It's not like super shiny either. It's just like right in between and super comfortable. It lasts a decent amount of time, and it also doesn't settle on that nasty line that we get on the lips here. So that's why I had to mention it. I really, really like it. Again, very inexpensive. You can find it at the drugstore, so can't get better than that. And that was my last favorite, but I did want to include a disappointment. I was so intrigued about trying the Pixi Beauty Pro Filter loose powders. I don't know what it is, but I honestly don't have much luck when it comes to Fenty. They don't work for me. If you watch Nikki tutorials, you know that she is always talking about this product. She's always saying that this is the best setting powder for her under eyes, that it locks her concealer all day, it looks flawless, yada yada yada. So I wanted to try it for myself, and I am so sad. It really didn't work for me. I don't know what it is. I bought it in the tone Butter. This formula is super thin. I tried baking, I tried just applying a little bit, and it doesn't work for me. So I don't necessarily think it's a formula. I think it's mainly the color, because it's not completely translucent. It has like that white cast that makes me look ashy, and that is not attractive. Not attractive on me at all. So I guess this is it. These are my favorite products, my recent favorites, my June's favorites, my favorite products of the moment, and then my one disappointment. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel while you're at it. And also make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for your support. Mil besos, and I see you guys next time. Bye.